Speaking of the don't be a bitch mentality, Chris Jericho seems to subscribe to that same theory.
Yeah.
You were front row for Goldberg v. Jericho. What went down there?
There was a skirmish. There was a skirmish going on. Yeah. Jericho's Canadian. I mean, that's why we got along so much, we were, and probably why we had our little one-on-one at one time. And, but, he just had a problem with Bill, went to address it, push come to shove. There was a takedown, a front face lock, all this kind of shit. And
he said he learned it from a magazine Funaki had brought that day.
He learned what, the face lock?
The face lock choke.
Yeah, could have been. Maybe that's what inspired him to go after it. But I mean, too, most of these, most of the backstage skirmishes I got, the action was very underwhelming. It's so you can say so and so might have won it, but it wasn't like a good MMA fight. It wasn't like that ass whooping that BJ Penn did this past weekend.
Yes, Jericho says that he got him in a front face lock and people broke it up, and that he knew that he needed to stop there. And he says Goldberg will never get a rematch, and if he tries, I'm going to run away. I will always be 1-0 against Goldberg. Now, here's what apparently Jericho had said. I don't care if you beat me up every night. I'll still fight you because things aren't going to go this way. If you're smart, you'll like me. Because if we ever have a match, I can make you look like $1 million, or I can make you look like shit, and you'll never know the difference.
Yeah. I mean, and
you want to talk about a real cerebral assassin right there. Yeah. That's some Dominic Cruz level trash talk.
Yeah, and it's absolutely correct. Like I said, Bill had a short fuse, and I think he had a lot of different people in his ear at WCW, and that was a tough spot for him to be in. He was mature as a human being, as a man, but not very mature in the business and understanding all the different political games that people play. So he, I think that was part of it too. But Bill, overall, I know we mentioned him being in 2 skirmishes, but I think Bill overall is still a good guy. Chris is one of my best friends. So
hey, good people get into fights all the time.
Yeah, no doubt.
Now, here's what I really want to know. And you were there. There were rumors that Jericho said, "Stop it. You're being a goof." And Goldberg replied with, "Your mother's a goof."
Yes.
And Booker T says, "Did you just say his mother was a goof?" That's the worst insult I've heard in my life.
Yeah, it was something very, very much along those lines. So yeah, we all kind of cracked about that.
So did that lighten the mood, or did that make things worse?
It lightened the mood for us, for those in attendance, the millions not watching at home.
Hey, maybe scripting promos isn't that bad.
Scripting promos helps a lot of people.
Yeah,
there's some people that don't need it, but some people that do.
Also, apparently, I think this may have been on Jericho's podcast. Vince may have not been there and sent a text and said, "What happened at Raw?" And when Jericho replied and told him, Vince wrote back, "I can't believe you beat up Goldberg. You really need to text me stuff like that."
Oh, man. I'll tell you something with the Bagwell thing. Apparently, when somebody told Vince what happened to Bagwell, he goes, "Who's Sugar Shane?"
His name is Shane? We got to change that.
Yeah. So.
See, if you wouldn't have gotten that fight, you may have been Shane forever. He just wouldn't have noticed.
No, Shane wasn't going to happen. I can promise you that.